Hi everybody. This is Sarah from Serenity. How are you doing? I hope you're finding time to take care of yourself today. As we move ever closer to November and the holidays, life is going to be changing a little bit. And that brings me to the topic of this video. This is the November 2020 forecast for Cancer natives. This covers Sun, Moon, and rising sign. And hey, if you're not a subscriber, why not? Go ahead and subscribe now so you don't miss any of the new videos about to air. And for today's video, I'll be taking you through a card reading for Cancer natives. And this is my take on this energy, and because of that, it may or may not resonate with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, no worries. Just pass it on by, and I do hope you find what you're looking for. The deck I will be using is the old school Rider-Waite traditional tarot deck, and I will be asking these 6 questions for you for November 2020. And I'll put them up here on the screen too so you can see them. What are you bringing forward from last month? In other words, what big change or energy from October will you be bringing forward into November? Your fears, challenges, and obstacles for November. What's going for you this month? So basically, what asset or tool can you use to make the most of this energy? Your general health outlook, your general love outlook, and once again, like a broken record, let me say, this is a very broad reading, so take it with a grain of salt. And where will you find yourself at the end of the month if you stay on your current path? And really, this is the reason we consult a reader or a psychic, is to get an idea of what energies are going to be in play in the upcoming month. But that doesn't mean that it's written in stone that you must face these challenges. More like, now that you know what they are, you'll have the ability to make changes so that they won't impact you as much. I don't think this is going to be a doom and gloom reading for you, so let me just put that out there. No matter who does the reading, always keep an open mind. So enough of this, let me shuffle the cards and let's dive in. And the first question is, what are you bringing forward from October? And the first card is the Sun inverted. The Sun is one of probably the top 3 best cards in this deck. Unfortunately, it's reversed, so it's not as positive a message as it would be if it was right side up. But it's not bad news. Generally, when the Sun is in a reversed position, it indicates that you may not have been feeling safe, secure, confident, or your normal self for that matter in October. There were some things that happened that were major setbacks, and with them it kind of took all the energy out of you, and your enthusiasm and optimistic outlook suffered. Of course, that's to be expected. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There's lots of things going on in the world, and personally there's a lot of things going on in your household as well. There is problems with money. It's not as bad as it's been in the past, but it's also not where you want the money to be. So you've got all these things happening. By the end of October, you're tired and you're overwhelmed. You've lost your confidence, and basically you've forgotten how powerful you really are. We have a lot of things happening in November, though, that I think are going to awaken that power in you. On November the 3rd, which is also the day of the United States election, Mercury goes direct in Libra, and then we get our communication skills back. We don't have to worry about emails that are lost in the ether and checks that never arrive. That will help tremendously. And did you know, in November we had a Friday the 13th. It is a very significant day. Mars goes direct again, and as it ends its retrograde motion, you will definitely start feeling more like yourself. The day after, we have a new moon in deep and emotional Scorpio. And because of that, probably a lot of the anger that you've suppressed over maybe the last several months will probably come to the surface. Not necessarily in an argument, but more likely you'll just be feeling it. You'll just be feeling the turmoil and the weight of all that you're carrying. And let's be honest, you suppressed some of it just to get through the day. And no judgment, hey, we're all there. That's probably going to be a big force around the middle of the month. Things are going better, but they're not smooth by any means, but they are definitely going better. November is a month where you really get your bearings back and you begin to feel more like yourself. But for this to happen, you have to be realistic about the responsibilities you're carrying and how much it's weighing on you. You need somebody to talk to and perhaps somebody that could help share the burdens with you. That should probably be a priority for you in November, is finding someone you can trust to talk to. And if there isn't anyone currently like that in your life, no worries. Go online and find a therapist, because there's no reason for you to suffer like this, carrying all this responsibility. November is going to be a much better month, so just hang in there. So, all right, nothing like a heavy card to start us out. Let's draw the next one, which will be your fears and challenges for November. Okay, so the King of Pentacles. And as we've discussed before, Pentacles represent money, finances, abundance, all of those types of issues that have been actually weighing on you. So we can definitely see where this would be an obstacle. The King of Pentacles is also thought of as a provider and a protector, and he rules his kingdom with fairness, and because of that, it is very prosperous and it continues to grow. And it looks like that may be your biggest fear for the month of November. The worry or the fear that you will not have enough resources, enough money, enough food, enough whatever it is you think you're lacking in. And it will stop your forward movement or your forward growth. And Christmas is coming up, and then we're looking at the new year, and we're looking at taxes. And of course, Cancer, because you are so responsible, you're thinking about the future. And not just the future for you, but for your family and for the people that you care about around you. So you're thinking about all of this and really wondering if it's going to be enough and if you're going to be okay. Well, spoiler, you will be okay. This card also tells us that we are in control of our energy. Even though it may feel like we're a feather in the wind, we're not. We are in control of our energy and our resources. So if you set your mind on a larger goal, or finding a new job, let's say, or going back to school, you'll be able to do it. Is it going to be a challenge? Of course it will be. Is it anything you can't do? No. When it comes to work, you're not afraid to work hard, but you have to believe in what you're doing. So if you have a job right now that really doesn't suit your needs, maybe you need to look at the bigger picture and see what you could do that would be a better fit for you. When it comes to finances, the King of Pentacles is one of the best cards to see turn up in a reading. But as an obstacle, you can see that it's all about worrying about money, worrying about if there will be enough or if your financial situation will be stable in the future. Wise investments, hard work pay off. We know that. And you have the time. It's okay, and you will get through this. I mean, this is a standard worry I think a lot of people in the world are facing right now, and that could be something else, Cancer, because you are so empathetic. How much of the worry that you're holding is actually your own and not just something from the collective consciousness? And so that might be something you definitely want to address in the next few weeks, because there's no sense in you worrying about everybody else's finances when you're fine. All right, let me shuffle quickly and we'll look at the next card, what you have going for you in November 2020. We've got two cards coming out here, so this is nice, and we'll just go ahead and read them both because you're special. And they are the Stars and the World. The World is one of the other very good cards in the deck, so this looks very promising if you have these two things going for you in the month. All right, so let me break this down for you. First, let's begin with the Star. This is also a very good card. This card means hope, faith, strength, renewed power, being able to carry on in the face of adversity. And it also shows how abundantly blessed you are. And you are, Cancer. You're very blessed. You're surrounded by people that care about you. You have a good network of friends. Even though sometimes you may get fed up with them, you know that they're still there. This card basically means have faith. The universe will bless you and bring forth what you need. All your needs will be taken care of. So this is an amazing card to have going for you for the month. So just stay optimistic as much as you can about life, and know that you are healing from past wounds. Know that you are going to be okay. And the second card, the World, which is also a very good card. This card symbolizes the moment when our inner and our outer worlds merge, when we become our highest self, when we are in perfect balance, when the whole world opens up to us and the world is our proverbial oyster. The World card is about wholeness, it's about healing, it's about unity, it's about abundance as well, because the world is there for you. And this is also a card signifying that your job or career situation is going to improve greatly. You're going to manage your money and complete those fiscal goals, and things are going to work out because you have the whole world in your hand. We're looking at the completion of long-term projects, study, or any other major event in your life. It also could mean the birth of a child, or marriage, or a graduation too. Something big that has been accomplished. It's life-changing or world-changing maybe. And so these cards as your tools to work with couldn't be better. So you can see that, it's going to be a challenging month, but you're more than equipped to handle it. You have many blessings. You just keep the faith and know everything is going to work out because the whole world is actually supporting you. So that takes us to health. So once again, this is very general because there's thousands and thousands of Cancer natives out there. If you're not feeling well, don't wait. Seek medical attention, okay? So this card is the Four of Pentacles. Okay. Basically, we can see a man holding on to the pentacles or holding on to the money. This card could be both positive or negative. On the one hand, it signifies that you can successfully manage money or manage your affairs. On the other hand, you may be grabbing onto it in an effort to hoard it. So you can see where it can go either way. I would say that it probably signifies you are worried about your health and the health of your family, and that will be a focus for you for the month. It doesn't necessarily mean that anything is going to happen. It just means that it's going to be forefront in your mind. So you just want to make sure that you do take care of your own health in this equation, and that you get enough sleep, drink enough water, and eat healthy. Once you do, you'll be in a better position to handle whatever comes next. Overall, Cancer, you're ruled by your emotions. So when you're upset and worried, it really impacts your health. So it's going to be something you need to really be aware of in the month of November. There's going to be turmoil. The media is going to feed the turmoil, but you'll be okay. Your family will be okay. Just remember, take care of you, take a deep breath, and if it gets to be too much, disengage from social media and the news. But you got this. You'll be fine. So that brings us to the love forecast. And let me shuffle just really quickly. And while I'm shuffling, let me share some astrology with you. On Saturday, November the 21st, the romance planet, Venus, enters obsessive Scorpio. So what could possibly go wrong with that, right? It may actually bring out your jealous or possessiveness when it comes to your partner. Lately, you've been feeling a little bit insecure in your relationship, and that's partly because you've been feeling insecure in your own skin. You haven't felt your normal exuberance, your happiness, like I said, the optimism, and you're not feeling that self-confidence. So you can see where this is setting up to be an issue. And I mean, we've all been cooped up. We couldn't really have the life that we wanted to or that we saw ourselves having this year. So you're going to be on edge because of that. And you've spent a lot of time with your partner too. And maybe that's not always been easy. And now you've got this alignment, and this energy could see you feeling very insecure in your relationship. I would suggest self-care. Take the time to really work on you and focus on you instead. Okay, and on Monday the 30th, we have a full moon and a lunar eclipse in Gemini. Cancer, being that you're ruled by the moon, an eclipse really has a tendency to stress you out. It definitely impacts you more than most people. So I would definitely say this would be a good time to unplug from social media at the end of the month and just be with your family or just relax, maybe read, watch a little Netflix, but stay offline and just really take care of you. Let's go to the actual married versus coupled. Interesting. It's really interesting. We have another Pentacle card, and this is the Two of Pentacles inverted. So this card is about balance as well as partnerships, marriage, those kind of things. Married Cancer natives, you may feel like your partner has been neglecting you or maybe neglecting your relationship, and they may not be meeting your standards, let's put it that way. But it is a very difficult balancing act everyone is doing right now, because we've got a pandemic once again, we've got all of this change in society, we've got the upheaval with the election, the stock market. Everybody is really kind of unsure of what's going to happen in the coming months, and because of that, your partner may not really be focused too much on you. They may be thinking that's the one area of their life that's secure, so therefore they can better focus on something else. And unfortunately, that could leave you resenting them and feeling left out, and maybe feeling like maybe you even, made a bad decision. You can expect arguments till the 21st of the month. After that, everything should settle down for you. So now that you know that, you can really avoid those touchy subjects and cut your partner some slack. For single Cancer natives, you are tired of being in the house, you're tired of being cooped up, and you want to get out and socialize. And you're going to have many opportunities to meet people, both online and in person, in November. Partnerships could happen in November, but it's not likely that there are going to be big sweeping romances. You could meet someone and end up dating them through the holidays, sure, but it probably is not going to go further than that. If you're already dating someone, it is likely that the relationship does go up a notch and becomes a little bit more serious, but still take your time. We're just fresh out of Mercury retrograde, and remember, communication is key in any relationship with a Cancer. You need to be able to speak freely to this person, and they need to be able to understand you and support you. You are one of the most nurturing signs of all of them, and the one thing that you need is someone to be there for you. So if your partner is not, maybe that is a big clue as to whether or not this is a healthy relationship. So where will you be at the end of the month? So this is interesting, the 8 of Wands. The wands look like they're just flying through the air. So this card usually signifies that we're moving forward without direction. There is good news though. It usually signifies a strong sense of energy or urgency to move forward. So that's a positive, and that you're probably going to be feeling more like yourself and ready to go and ready to get out there. But for some reason, you've lost your direction, or you're maybe unsure of the direction to go in. It could also signify that important news is coming your way, which will affect the path that you're on. In other words, it could be something where you do change the direction you're moving into due to something going on with your extended family. So overall, it's not a bad card. Like I say, it just signifies rapid movement, rapid growth, but not necessarily with a goal in mind. More like you're kind of free floating. Not bad, not bad. This has not been a bad reading at all. It's been a very interesting reading, but then again, probably nothing that's really surprising you either. There's a lot of energy that's going to be changing in November. Even now, you probably feel it. Things are starting to shift. After Mercury ends its retrograde, you'll start feeling more like yourself. You'll get your enthusiasm back, you'll get your faith in people back, and that will change a lot. Just watch that tendency to be possessive with your partner, and be sure and mark your calendar with the eclipse, because that's probably going to be a very unnerving time for you. So you don't want to plan a party for that day, even on Zoom. So I hope you found this little mini reading helpful. If you would like your own reading, you can find me on Serenity, information here and in the description box below. And once again, guys, thank you so much for being patrons, supporting the channel. It means the world to me. Stay tuned for the next video. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.